Building up alumni, how are you doing? My name is Ralph and this is Robert, and we are the alumni career coaches.
Well, Ralph, we're going to be talking about networking on the 27th of July. And from networking, we're going to lead into your elevator pitch. The question for you today is, do you have an elevator pitch? Do you know what an elevator pitch is? If the answer is no to both, then we're going to help you develop one. If the answer is yes, then we're going to help you improve on what you've got. So please join us on the 27th of July.
Thank you all for coming to Alumni Workshop. Today's topic is networking and elevator pitch, prepared by Robert, Ralph, and Alice is going to jump in at the end of the session. I will be talking about the network, why it is important to you, and then Robert will talk about the elevator pitch that we can prepare this seminar. And at the end of the session, finance coach Alice will jump in and then share her knowledge about the finance and then what she does as a finance coach at the building up. So appreciate that. Networking. I just want to talk about what is networking, why is networking important to you, and then how do we network? Okay, and then I'm gonna ask you a question. Since you guys not that many here, I'm gonna ask you questions. When you guys hear networking, what is the first thing you comes to your head? Jeremy?
Well, right, to me, networking could be within your company. You're getting to know your employees, finding out the background of the company, seeing what the future outcome can be. Networking can be talking with you or Tara, finding out what we can do to become more successful.
Well, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. I was getting a phone call. You want to network with people that are pretty much like going forward in life, like they're trying to open up businesses, they're becoming entrepreneurs and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the great answer. This right now is part of a networking, just talking about what we do, talking about ourselves and helping each other, just finding interest about each other, right? Networking. When you think about the word, what comes in your head? Julie, or do you have any experience networking?
Networking is just talking to people,
Yeah, straight up.
just getting to know them. Like the more background you know about people, the better it is.
Absolutely. I mean, I really appreciate you guys coming here. When I see actually face to face, it's builds up a stronger relationship, right? All of you, I talked to you guys before, but being in this chat, it just makes it more a better network, I think. Sabir, can you hear us? Okay. So does anyone have a success story of a networking? You benefit from any network, from your network? I'm gonna ask this to Jaleel.
Hey, yeah, sure. I've benefited from networking, actually with getting at building up. So what happened is I'm in a nonprofit field, so I usually network with more people in the nonprofit field. And basically they gave me this networking hub where all nonprofits go to share ideas, give ideas, and that's how I ran across building up. And that's how I got here. So networking for sure has been pretty good to me.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Rock, how about you?
Yeah, for me, I've really benefited from networking as well. I am one of the career coach here at Building Up, but also I'm a carpenter. So what happened is when I went to school, did the basic class, and then afterward I needed to find work and didn't know where to start. Instead of going to the out of work list, I went and spoke to Paul, let him know my experiences, what I know, what I can do, so on and so forth. He set me up right away with the company I'm with right now, so which is really amazing. And the other great thing about also networking is I had some of the trainees from Building Up that came with me with Local 27. I'm a carpenter from Local 27. Even though, yes, I'm a courier, but I'm also doing scaffolding so that I could get my red seal. So right now what we did is I told them to come to the monthly meeting at the union to make sure that they could meet people and perhaps also get hired. And fair enough, what I did is I connected them with the vice president of Carpenters Union. He introduced them to one of the business rep, and then the business rep introduced them to a gentleman, and then all three of them got hired on the spot and got to start working. It was a Tuesday, so they started working on Thursday. And networking is really key, very important, because you're building a relationship, you're fostering, and then also letting them know who you are, what you could, what you're made of, what you could bring to the table, so that you could be also referred right away to what you're looking for. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So let me ask you this. You said you were talking to Paul and then you were introduced to this people, this people, this people. How do we do network? What do you think is one of the most important thing when you think about networking to other people?
Is that for me, or you want to talk to Jermaine? Jermaine have his hand up.
Jermaine, yeah, let's go.
For me, in my personal opinion, one of the most important things is you need to build self-confidence in yourself, especially when it comes to the type of field that you want to be in before you start the communication, because sometimes, like, if you don't feel confident personally within yourself, and it's probably something you might have done many times, right? No one's gonna know. And till you build that right confidence, right, you're not even right, like, you won't be able to put in like your best ability. So it's like you need to build that confidence within yourself. You have to trust yourself, and then from there, that's when you start. That's where you start making the communication with other people.
Exactly. Right
Right.
on. Communication skills, very important, right? And not many people are like extrovert. Robert is very quiet guy, introvert. But one of the great skill he has is listening skills. He listens, analyzes, and active listening really pays off. So I think that's one of the most important thing when it comes out to networking. Also sharing your stories and everything. So thank you. What do you have to say about that, Robert?
Well, Rock and Jail and Jermaine, I can't even come up to the levels that you all just did. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not even ready yet. But from my perspective, networking has worked in my career in the past. And in terms of, it's not necessarily what you know, is who knows you. And throughout my career, I've had the opportunity to work for 3 organizations where I didn't go looking for the jobs. The jobs actually came to me because of networking and knowing individuals, and them reaching out to me at the right time. And the opportunity was just great, and I had to accept it. So definitely networking is a plus. We all need to do it, whether in our personal life or in our professional life. So
For sure. Thank you. And yes, Alice, there you go. Thank you.
I put up my hand. Yeah, I just wanted to add to that. I've never really loved networking because I'm not one of those. I just like to deal with a small group of people, but I realized in my career that I've had to. So what I've actually found is that by just networking with a small group of people and really building on those relationships, then you can also tap into their networks without having to put yourself out there in front of more and more people. And that's worked for me because I just don't like I don't like going to like events and stuff like that. And so if you're one of those types of people that don't like to really mingle with too many people and whatnot, it can still work. So I just wanted to share that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. And by the way, Robert, welcome coming in, Robert Bugir. I'm not sure if I said the name right. Sabir and Sabir, does your mic work?
Yes, it works. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Sabir, if you don't mind, do you have any fondable memory or good experience about networking?
Not really.
But you met me, right? So that's one of it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, all of you guys, joining Building Up is one of the strongest network you have. We got your back, and then
Oh, well,
yeah.
yeah, I joined building up around like let's say 2 weeks, and then I apply in Union local 353, and
Mhm.
then couple months they just called me and then hired me. So right after I just went to
Good job.
local 353 in lecture. So I don't really have any kind of networking.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Great. Robert B. Bogir, can you hear us all right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that.
I can hear you and I can see you, all of you.
Awesome. Great, great. Great. Would you like to share any of your experience about your networking or meeting new people?
Like meeting new people from from building up.
Anywhere in the world, or any experience that you benefited from the networking, making new friends.
Mm. Yeah. Networking. Yeah. Uh, like yeah, I met. I worked with building up,
Mm-hmm.
and I met new colleagues. We worked with them on sites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I got to know through that. I got to know uh, uh, other 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 things you can do like Ubering. I
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because I didn't know that Uber also like people can make some money as well, like doing Ubering.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But then through conversing on the sites with colleagues from building up, other people they were doing two jobs. Like sometimes they could go and do Ubering, and then they. So I realized I found that through building up team. And then right now, when COVID came, I didn't have a job because building up had said I can't. They can't. They're gonna okay. They said they're gonna connect me to the government to get because the jobs were no more. So that helped me to buy a bike, and then I started to do to do Ubering, uh, to do Uber
Mhm.
Eats with
That's great. Yeah.
with a bike, and ever since then I've been doing that up to now. So yeah, I don't know if that experience is one you wanted, but that's what I found out. But I got that from people as well, like people we used to work with. So
There you go. Yeah. Great.
That sounds good to me. It sounds like networking and experience.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. So everything counts, right? It doesn't have to be like professional network event. Uh, it's can be just anybody you meet. It's you just have to speak out, do an active listening. What are the informations available out there? And just meeting new people, and everything helps. I'd like to share my story about networking. So I used to work at a hotel. I started as a server, and then I did purchasing, shipping and receiving, so many things. And one of my friend's friend reached out to me, said she was doing some research about this hotel, and she was trying to get to talk to anybody who works there, but she couldn't because the hotel itself was really, really busy during the TIFF, Toronto International Film Festival. So everybody was kind of busy. They didn't want to speak to students, help them their homework, whatever. So she reached out to me, but at the time I got out of the hotel that I used to work. So I said, okay, I don't know about that positions, but what I can do is I could hook you up with this lady, a friend that I used to work with, and she's really nice. So I'm gonna call her so you can have a meeting with her. So I called her right away, and my ex-coworker said, okay, yeah, sure, let her come in. And she did an interview, helped her with a research paper, and she was able to finish right away. So this girl was trying to get in hold of the manager of the hotel for about 3 weeks, but it didn't work. But now, because she knew someone who used to work there, and that someone with me had a connection with others, she was able to do the paper right away, real quick. And she also got a job there. She was offered with a position there, so she started to work there. So this girl comes to me and said, "Oh my God, Ralph, thank you so much. I want to do something for you." And by the time I was single, so I asked her, "Well, you can take me out for dinner." So she did, and so that's how we got married. So I really benefit from the more network, right? Because we know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. That's
like
me. So I strongly believe in network. That's how my story began. And it's nothing too serious or anything too crazy. It's just about talking to people. Do you know anybody there? Do you know anybody here? Do you know about this job? So she actually started to work there for quite a long time. And then my ex-coworkers used to take good care of my now wife. So that's my story of a network. And then, you never know what's gonna come, right? You just need to help each other. You can always be a giver as well, not just a receiver, but just giving out your story. There's a one story that I wanted to share with you. And then after this, I'm gonna show the Polina's video, how she does a network. And then Robert will do an explanation about how we can prepare for the right moment. Thank you. And I'm gonna share.